Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Trade Ideas Market Recap for Monday, January the 26th. My name is Barry Anderson, and I'm the moderator of the room. This is the address to get into the room, and you can log in with your Facebook or your Twitter account. Okay, well, before I get going, a bit of a strange day for me because I had to take a couple hours off in order to get some supplies. Evidently, where Boston is and New York City, the whole coast is going to be hit with a massive snowstorm. And my wife was kind of freaking out, saying, we better have supplies for about 2 or 3 days." That's what all the radio stations are saying. So, I moved here from Vancouver last year, and we don't get very much snow in Vancouver like this. So, anyway, I'd take a couple hours off, and we'll see what happens. But for sure, if it does hit New York City, like the mayor is talking about, be interesting to see what happens with Wall Street tomorrow, because a lot of people won't be able to get in, and so volume could be very, very light. However, I did have a couple of really nice trades today. This is the first one, is ZLTQ. And ZLTQ came off let me just back it out here, my lifetime high. I think it was one of the ones right at the very beginning. Yes, right here. Excuse me. And at 3102. Now, see here, only had 50,000 shares traded at the time, so the volume was very light. So it can be really, really tricky when you get into something like this, and with the volume so light. But because it was kind of a bio in that sector, and I've seen a lot of these ones just keep running and running and running, I decided that I would take the trade. And the spread wasn't too bad, and which really helped me also. And I got into the trade let me just back out this, got into the trade right here, broke through the whole number, 3108, got in here. And wow, I mean, look, when I saw this was such a great bar to see, and I decided I had to take half out at 31.56 just to be sure, just to be, make sure you lock in some profit. There's no chart telling me to do this, but let's face it. I mean, on the 5 minute it still looks good, but it's just the way I like to trade. I like to lock in some profit, and then I let the balance kind of run. And I was almost able to get a dollar on the second half. I see it got up to 32.12 here, but I ended up selling at 32.05 from 31.08, so just 97 cents on the second half. Still very, very good. See it pulled back. Now here is where, right around here is when I went out, and I didn't return, but I see that I didn't return to about right here, I think about 130, and I see it's had a nice little rise again. And the other one is very good. Again, as I've told you, if you've been following my videos in the pre-market, we try to identify about 2 or 3 stocks that look like they have good reversal potential. And I missed this one. I mean, the 3 I talked about were Mattel, MAT, WDC, and STX. And I missed Seagate. I just couldn't find the proper entry. It was kind of whipping around a little bit. I mean, here is 57.39, and down here is 56.84. Here is, again, 57.45. Down here is 56.93. So, it was whipping around a lot, and I just didn't feel right about the entry. And but I guess, if again, it looks great in hindsight. Here's where I probably could have taken it, and because after that it kind of settled down, and it's had a beautiful now, a lot of people, I know people are in this, some people are in it anyway, and if they got in here, 57.50 to 58.50, so there's a dollar that you probably could have got, if this action got you out. If this action didn't get you out and you got up here, then you're talking a lot more. Now this would have certainly scared off a lot of people, but it's still strong. It is still strong. So with that in mind, this is a technology, data storage, WDC, technology, data storage, the same thing. This had been beaten up, but this to me was a little bit cleaner. It was cleaner coming down. You see, it wasn't jumping around too much. A little bit of a pop here, little bit of a pullback, and again, let it get over. I let it get over the whole number. Took it at 98.08. almost got shook out here. You see this can like it was moving up nicely, got up to 98.50, and then this candle just touched, but so quickly. In fact, I think I said in the room that I was getting all set to get rid of it, and but then it bounced immediately, and it touched again. But it didn't. It looked like now it was sort of going to settle down and maybe have that nice little move up. And so I sold half of it at 99.10. So I made a dollar two in that. And then this is basically where I left. And I was putting my stop in this area here, just under here. I can see that it touched down when I came back. It was right up here. Now I missed the says that it got up to, well, of course, this is in the pre-market. Yeah, yeah, right here. So this is the high, and it's starting to approach that high, but I'm still in the trade. $199. I'm actually my stop is at what did I say? At 99.60. If it gets down to I'm sorry, 160, 99.60, 160, $100.60, right at the sort of at the bottom of that candle. But it's teased me a little bit, but it's still strong. And there we go. Nice. Oh, nice. I love it when that happens when I'm doing a video and live and I get a little pop like that. So I'm still in the trade. So 99.08, who knows? I might make $4 on this on the back half or well, yeah, $4 on the back half. You never know. And let's see, I had a couple of other, I know I scalped HPQ. And I haven't even got it marked up because there's no point in it. I scalped it here, made a little here, watching it go down. It was a weak stock, and I lost a little on this one. Tried to do the reverse. I took the trade here. I'm sorry, no, what did I take the trade at? Um, let's see, RCI at 37.03. So I was chased it a bit. This was a strong stock, so I took it up here and got out here. I see it's back, kind of trying to get back up there, but again, I lost pennies here and made some pennies on HPQ, so kind of a wash. And again, let's just take a look at my debut. Oh, beautiful! It's really popped nicely for me. So, and this is beautiful. I mean, 5-minute candle. Basically, when you look at this, it's breaking out of consolidation. So, who knows where it's going to go from here? But again, the other one we looked at, and I didn't get into it, it did have a nice bounce. Mattel. I mean, so I had three that I wanted people to be watching: Mattel, STX, and WDC. Just one second. Sorry about that. That's a first. That's the literally the power company phoning me to let me know that the big storm is on the way, and I hope you're prepared. So they're really trying to scare us here. Anyway, that's it. Okay, I would have wanted to talk about Mattel. Again, I couldn't find an entry into this one. Beautiful. I mean, come on, look at that down here at 24.32 and got all the way back up to the close of yesterday at 28, but I just couldn't find an entry. What I would have loved to have seen this do is, kind of base along here a little bit, get some tighter 5-minute candles, and then take the pop up. But, at this point, you're just chasing and uh, I guess I'm not smart enough to realize it was going to keep going up. It could have done this. It could have had that pattern right here and started to come down. So anyway, but I guess the bottom line is that three, MAT, Mattel, WDC, and Seagate, three that identified in the pre-market. And if you could have found an entry here, you would have made great money. Seagate, I probably got a little conservative. I know what I said in the room. I said I was waiting for a volume pop at the same time, and didn't really get the volume pop that I was looking for. But the WDC is just terrific. What can I say? So come into the room. We have lots of great chat before the market opens and try to identify the ones that can make you the most money. Okay, that's it for today. Hopefully there is a tomorrow as far as Wall Street goes, and it is open. And let me just bring back the cover page. And here again is how to get in. And you can log in with your Facebook or your Twitter account. See you tomorrow.